Legend of He-Man continues in the Masters of the Universe movie with Blade, the slashing blaze of terror. With Sauron, Skeletor's evil lieutenant with a mouthful of lightning. Can they catch Gwildor before his cosmic key enables him to escape? Now, you can live the adventure with Sauron, Gwildor, and Blade.
I've waited a long time for this.
Figures sold separately from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
By the power of Grayskull! We are power! What's up, cyberpunks and retro nerds? It's Tommy the Hammer hanging out with a huge group of motherfuckers. I've got BC, I've got Dean, I've got Hayes, I've got Rocket, and I've got a Dale. Tonight is the dreaded Dean's pick. Deanie boy, what you got up your sleeve?
Well, I got The Masters of the Universe, starring Dolph Lundgren. Oh, yeah. So, a while back, I bought a little poster of The Masters of the Universe movie, and I've been staring at it for so long, I'm like, God damn it, we gotta review this movie. Fuck yeah! So I went looking for it, and I couldn't find it. And then I mentioned to the guy at the store, like, I really want this movie. He's like, oh, I'll order it for you. So, I haven't even opened this shit yet. It's still in the wrapper. Damn.
Yeah, this is actually a collection of canon films right here, and I brought this down just to show you guys a scope of what was going on in Canon's productions during the Masters of the Universe. I mean, you've got films like Stallone's Cobra, you've got Over the Top with Stallone, a movie about arm wrestling. Fucking
oh my God.
ridiculous. You've got Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then you've got some shitty Chuck Norris movie, but like the thing is, that is right here essentially what Canon was all about. Sleazy, terrible movies made on kind of a slightly below the radar budget, and they were kind of like the black sheep of Hollywood in my opinion. They made really dark, strange movies with like, you know, Charles Bronson and like the Death Wish series, so there was always a lot of murder, a lot of death, a lot of rape, a lot of revenge.
Crazy.
And then you had Masters of the Universe. Fun fact right here, at this leg of Canon's career, they acquired the rights to Masters of the Universe, and of course everyone knows Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, a terrible movie. They were actually going to do the Spider-Man movie, but they lost the rights to that at the very last second, and they never did. So yeah, fucking weird, right guys?
Nobody knows what that would have done.
Right,
like.
Canon, Spider-Man, fucking strange. So without further ado, we're not watching the DVD version, we're going with the Blu-ray version.
Yeah.
You guys know this part. Check out the trailer.
Peep that shit!
The poop.
We'll be right back, motherfuckers. Bye.
At the far end of the universe, there is a planet ruled by a being of utter evil. And there is only one man who dares challenge him. They are locked in a battle to the death. A battle that will take them across the heavens.
Stop him!
A battle that will finally be fought
I want them hunted down and brought to me!
across the face
Police! Nobody move!
of Earth.
I think I'm gonna need some backup.
Can you show us the way?
No.
Somebody help me!
From a distant galaxy, they have come to Earth. Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. Frank Langella as Skeletor. Only they have the powers to be Masters of the Universe. Live the adventure.
Well, hello. We're back from watching The Masters of the Universe.
Yes, we are.
Oh, man. What to say about this movie? It's a pretty big disappointment, guys. I gotta admit,
That sums it up.
I absolutely adore He-Man. Like when I was a little kid, who didn't? Like the '80s children, like loved their He-Man toys. Like they were badass warriors. Like I still have some in my mother's upstairs back at the old place. And
I know I saw him last weekend.
Still playing with them 30 years later.
Ranger.
I don't know what they're talking about, but literally in the attic of my mother's house, there is a shit ton of He-Man toys to this day.
Do it.
Why?
Come on, we're trying to speed this up.
Come on, D. Come on, D.
I blame you. So, obviously, what is going on?
Skipping one of those reviews, isn't it? I fucking did it. Oh no! Jesus.
Okay, take three.
Take three?
Take three.
It's kind of like some sort of fever dream, because it's like, you're like, oh yeah, He-Man, and then you're like, what the fuck does this have to do with He-Man?
Where did he go?
This is not He-Man, and Dolph Lundgren, where did he go? Like,
It's like 10 minutes of screen time. Maybe?
Yeah, I would say more like 20 to 25.
It felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah, agreed.
I almost feel like the people who made this movie, they're like, alright, so if we don't get the He-Man license, we can just shoehorn this into anything we want in the 80s. Because it's just generic 80s. Yeah. It's like, it's an enjoyable movie if you remove yourself from the idea that it's a He-Man movie.
This is definitely something that just got shot in your face and say, hey, this is a movie about He-Man, sort of. Thank you, Cannon.
Yeah.
Fill that ball in and shoot it on out. Anyway. So, I know a few crazy trivia facts about this movie. This movie was cost so much money to make, they ran out of money during filming it. They caused a fire in the city high school that they shot this movie in.
And then just threw it into the movie.
Yeah,
anyway.
threw it in. There's nothing.
You can see the scene where shit is on fucking fire.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna waste this.
And they even had to stop making the movie so they can get more money to keep filming.
But yeah, it's like an 80s drama sitcom jammed into what they want to call a He-Man film.
Right.
And yeah, it wasn't awful. I think it is a great, badass, laser-tastic film.
I agree with that, yes.
But
Nothing to do with He-Man, by the way.
No.
yeah, they should have really made it more about He-Man and less about the the main plot, which was, there's a lot they could have done differently. Other than that, I thought it was badass. Ain't bad.
Here we go.
Yeah, so I don't have any personal history with He-Man, and I don't have any of his figures in my attic or anything.
Something else.
But you can look at the cover and I feel like the cover is almost like this promise that you're gonna get something that's really fun and campy. But I mean, I don't think it really fully committed to the camp. I think that if it fully committed to the camp, we would have had our boy Dolph or He-Man just sounding stupid the whole movie, which would have been fine. That would have made it better. But instead, we had 25-year-old high schoolers that aren't cool or fun to look at, doing dumb shit.
I'll tell you something. I actually wasn't the biggest He-Man fan back in the day.
Oh.
I watched it when it was on, of course, but I didn't have any of the action figures really. I was always kind of lukewarm on He-Man. I was much more of a Voltron kind of guy. A little more of a. Ninja Turtles. I know a lot of you guys also are big fans of that, but He-Man was thing I didn't really get into, so I don't recall this movie much. Like, it would not have been something I would have sought out to want to see back in the day. So I kind of got to just, watch this with, what my ideas I had of He-Man, but, like, watching it now, like, this was fucking awful. This was god-awful. Like, Dolph is so terrible. Like He-Man didn't even have a fucking mullet. Like, he had that, like, 15th century, like, medieval cut going on.
Adam, come on!
Yeah, right? It's
It was like a bowl cut.
yeah, right? Yeah, the medieval weirdo bowl cut thing.
But to be honest, like, I prefer the mullet.
No, man, they got everything wrong. Everything that I think of when I think of He-Man and Masters of the Universe, they got fucking wrong. There's no Battle Cat. I like Battle Cat. There was no Orko. There was way too much weirdo sci-fi stuff in it. Which, I mean, there kind of was some of that in He-Man, but there was way too much of it here.
As we were doing this movie review, I thought it would be pretty funny to do a drinking game during this movie, because I know how bad the Masters of the Universe movie is. I mean, I watched it when I was a child.
We owned it on VHS at home.
Yeah, and I knew that it was very disappointing, and I was like, how can I make this fun? How can I make this an event? And it kind of was. I felt like everyone that came over tonight, we laughed hard, we joked, we, prodded this movie, we laughed at its shortcomings, and here are the rules. We had a hoot during this movie. Maybe I shortchanged it by making only 5 fucking rules, but, like, you know what?
I mean, rule 1, I think, was enough to get everybody absolutely shit-faced.
Absolutely. So
It was
like 5 minutes.
ridiculous.
So a lot of us are very drunk right now, and I don't, blame any of the people here right now for being disappointed in this movie. I mean, we've got Rocket, who's the oldest out of all of us.
Fuck, I am, son of a
And that would come next to me, and I did grow up with Masters of the Universe. I mean, I grew up with the toys. I remember buying all of them when I was a child. I remember watching the cartoon. I remember reading the comic book. And whereas everyone was like into Spider-Man and all this other shit back in the day, I was into fucking He-Man. Because it was about
This is the He-Man.
Conan the Barbarian. And it was about, back in the day, in the 80s, it was about taking one entity. You had Conan the Barbarian, and then Sci-Fi. And then you had these 2 elements, and they tried to burn them together because it was about selling toys. Every single time a new toy came out, there was no explanation. As a fan of cinema and sleazy 80s movies, I like canon films. Holy fucking shit, on the other arm over here. I love cheesy action movies. I love Charles Bronson. I love canon films. But this is like a film that dances between the two. It was a movie studio that was trying to do both. It was trying to be bigger than its britches. Out of 10 stars, I'm giving Masters of the Universe as a He-Man movie, 3.5 out of 10. As a canon film, 4.5 out of 10. And I like both entities. Rocket, do it.
Median 4.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious, because I can't give this thing anything more than a 4, honestly, and I thought that was being generous. BC.
It needed to be raunchier. It needed to be stupider.
It needed to be canon.
It needed to commit. And unfortunately, we just got like a stale, almost kids movie that just doesn't hit. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Amen, brother. You fine? You fine?
D-man.
I wanted so much out of you, Masters of the Universe. You were part of my childhood.
Definitely part of mine.
And you were Dolph Lundgren.
Oh man, he's getting erotic here.
I wanted a big star count. I haven't seen this movie for over a decade.
He likes big star counts.
Big muscly
But,
Oh fuck.
I had, aside from Dolph and Fred, this movie is fucking shit. I fucking hate it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I spent $19 on this bullshit.
Take that shit back.
Should have bought the $5 holiday.
$14 too bad. But
Does not need to be bought on Blu-ray.
no, I'm glad I bought it. Like it's
Fair enough. Name it.
To put in my library. It's gonna be nice. Like I'll be like, all right, Masters of the Universe in my library of
Are you ever gonna
DVDs.
revisit it?
I mean, nope.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay. So my star count. 5.
Oh, more
5.
than me?
I'm giving it a 5. I love Dolph. I love Fred.
I think there's a nostalgia star in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
I think this movie got mixed the fuck up with some sort of 80s movie.
Growing up, having this movie on VHS, used to watch it quite a bit because we had a selection, and that was basically it. Otherwise, we had to go to the video store and rent or buy them, which was it was what it was.
Sure.
Video 43, Cavalcade, Video Visa.
Yeah, dude,
all the
Video
other
Visa.
stores.
Shit, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Anyway, so yeah, nostalgia definitely plays a part for my star count, and the fact that the guy I thought was awesome that played Skeletor was it Fred?
Fred.
Yeah, Fred. Yeah, it just his like his way he delivered his lines and how he'd say things. It was just like
He did commit to that role.
No, I agree.
He was all like,
I feel like him and like He-Man, yeah. Like
so.
It's like the dude from Ghost, only better.
Exactly. With just the random people they made up to put in the movie.
Everything else sucks.
And and like the minions, Skeletor's guys and stuff like that. It just, okay. But I'm gonna give it, like I said, because of the nostalgia, I'll give it a 5 for myself.
Oh, not bad. All right, Dale, Doer, where you at, homie?
This movie, honestly, it's canon film, and I dig that. I appreciate it for that. Most of the points are going to that. For a He-Man movie, it's shit. I feel like it was like some other script, and they're like, He-Man?
Why not?
Okay.
Shoehorned.
So.
I think it was not Shoehorn, it was Candyman.
Maybe it was Corn Dog. I think I'm gonna have to give this like a 3.5.
Oh, wowzers!
Now, as a film to watch with your friends and you're kicking back on a Friday, Saturday night, I give it like a 6.
I hope I've been informative, motherfuckers. Until the next time, tune in to Neon